please let this. Welcome to another session of the School of Thought, Lunch and Learn. Today's session is going to be a little bit longer because I want you to use this information, which I strongly believe is going to help you navigate in this new calendar year of 2025, especially as a business person. It's important to understand where is your location, physically, emotionally, financially, mentally. You have to locate your location. So I want to be able to use this example to help bring this wisdom, because sometimes we judge something based on the location, and sometimes your judgment will give you a location that is unproductive and unfruitful. So why are you making a permanent judgment on particular situation, but not having enough information and being in the wrong location? You will assume that, oh no, I don't need to go this, I don't need to do that, I don't need to make this decision. And you are judging, and you're killing your fruit, you're killing your seed, you're poisoning your field based on your judgment. So where does the judgment come from? It comes from the location of where you are. I'm going to tell you a story, and that's going to be able to help. As a licensed mortgage broker, I understand my location in that field. I have much knowledge in that location. So when someone is judging a situation and knowing that information and knowing I know how to search for that information, it gives me a better view to make a better decision. Now, here's the story we're going to start with. It's a particular story that's going around on social media that a particular well-known pastor, who's also a good businessman, he's a very good businessman, very productive. So the judgment is going after him by saying, well, he's in relationship with this particular bank that really was not fair to our community. So people are feeling betrayed because they said, well, he's in partnership with this particular bank that really was not fair to our community, was not fair to our tribe. So everybody's judging. Oh, how could he do that? How could he do that? Now, being in the mortgage industry and as a licensed mortgage broker, I understand a little bit more and how to dig for information. So I started going back and digging for information because I have particular information that understand why this businessman, who's a pastor, actually in partnership with this bank that has betrayed it or unfairly treated a particular community. The first thing as to understand, here's this. The first information we've gotten. Understand first that the Consumer Financial Protection, we call CFPB, enforce the Home Mortgage Disclosure Act, which is a federal law that requires mortgage lenders to report information about their lending practice created by Congress, right, in 1975. In response to the public about the credit shortage in certain neighborhoods because of that. So it's called Dodd-Frank, which was two congressmen, I remember them, Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act. Now, which is now implemented by the Federal Reserve Board of Regulation. Now we're talking about this bank that unfairly, or we call it redlining, this particular community. Now, my purpose was, well, I want to see why this pastor or this businessman partnering with everybody saying this bank was not fair. This bank redline our community. This bank was a bad bank. Okay, I wanted to find that out. So knowing that as a mortgage broker, now what is the Consumer Financial Bureau, right? They enforce consumer financial laws, supervise financial institution, and much more. That's what they do. So the Consumer Finance Protection enforce the consumer financial laws, they supervise financial institution, and they do so much more. Now, again, what is my goal? I wanted to know, is it true, is it not? I can't judge something knowing on my left side of my brain, I have this information concerning mortgages, concerning bank institution, and then I have the information concerning the pastor as a businessman and being a businesswoman myself. So I'm putting all those information together before I make my judgment, right? Now, what is the purpose of we call HMDA, which is Home Mortgage Disclosure Act? Now, the purpose for it is to monitor fair lending, create transparency, and protect borrowers, people that's buying homes. Show whether financial institutions are serving the house needs of their communities. Help public officials make decisions and policies. Shed light on lending pattern that could be discriminated. The law requires lenders to report information about application date, loan type, race, gender, and income of the borrower, if the loan was approved or denied. So if they walk through the door, whether it's denied or approved, they have to report that, right? So there is an act that's created by Congress to protect borrowers from bank institution from redlining people from getting their mortgages or car loans. They call redlining, right? So this particular bank that was accused to do that, my thought is, okay, why would this businessman be in partnership with them? Now, I'm giving you information. This is what you have to dig for, right? Now, there's an act. When a bank or a mortgage or institution violate this act, the DOJ, which is the DOJ, it just escaped my mind, criminal justice system, right? They put an act together, and they said the company would have to invest when they violate that law. The company will have to invest $3.85 million in loan subsidized fund to increase credit. Opportunities for current and future residents for the Black, Hispanic neighborhood in this particular city, and dedicated at least 4 mortgage loan officers. This is the act now. This is what they have to do when they violated the act. 4 mortgage loan officers or community lending specialized to these neighborhoods they redline against, and open a loan production office in a major Black and Hispanic neighborhood in that city. The company will devote $400,000 to developing community partnership to provide service to resident, majority Black and Hispanic neighborhood in that city that increases access to residential mortgage credit. All right, this is all part of the act. The company will devote at least $200,000 annually to advertise outreach, consumer financial education, and credit repair initiative in around that city, right? This is all part of the act. The company, if they violate it, if the company will pay a total of civil money penalty of $5 million to the OCC. What is OCC? The Office of Comptroller of Currency. And the CFPB, what is that? Which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That's what will happen when they violate that. And that's what that bank was accused of. The company has already established a fair lending oversight committee and designated as a community lending manager who will oversee these efforts and closely consult with the bank leadership. Now, since the initial announcement by the DOJ has made Strive enforce both the ECOA, which is the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, and the Fair Housing Act had come together, come down hard on redlining. Now, remember what I said before. This particular company was accused of redlining. Why did you partnership with them? We're coming up to the answer. Now, October 2023, which is just a year ago, this is keep happening. The initial has accused over 107 million in relief for communities of color nationwide that have experienced lending discrimination by banks or other mortgage lending business. Since 2021, the department has secured, that was my mistake earlier. The initial has secured, has secured 10 settlement agreement with banks and mortgage lending institutions to provide credit opportunity to communities of color in Houston. Now, again, this bank violated and redlined our community. Why would this pastor who's being accused, judge, why doing that? Because it's not fair. All you're looking at is for yourself. You just trying to do. How could you? We don't want to listen to you no more. We're judging you. So you're judging from the wrong location. So when I heard this, knowing mortgage institution, and I know some of our ads, I'm saying, wait a minute, something is wrong, because I do know that these banks, when they violate, they do redlining, they get penalized big time. So this particular bank that they're accusing of betraying, I found out they're redlining. This is what happened to them. They were ordered to pay $3.7 billion, the largest penalty ever levied by CFPB, right? The same bank. Now, they were ordered to pay restitution to all victims, as well as $100 million civil penalty paid to the CFPB. They also paid $35 million penalty to the Office of Comptroller of Currency, and another $50 million penalty to the city and the county of that city, right? So this well-known pastor and this bank who redline us, whether it was car loan, mortgages, account, it didn't matter. They redline us. Why would this bank, why would this particular pastor, who's also a businessman, now being judged and accused, partnering with this bank? Listen to this. So they said he betrayed us. He's been in partnership with this bank for 10 years. What did he? Let me tell you the benefit. He get grant, $9 million in grants to 16 community-based organizations to support. Now, you're judging and saying he shouldn't be in partnership, but not knowing the bank was ordered to spend the money that they kept from that community and say, you need to go back to that community and I need you to invest this amount of millions of dollars. A smart business person would not allow pride and say, oh, you redlined us before, so I'm not going to deal with you. You shut the door on us before. A smart business person will take the opportunity to benefit the community. But people who are in a different location of knowledge will make the wrong judgment. And because of lack of research, lack of understanding, lack of clarity, totally different location. You're judging someone that's doing a great job in the community, that's taking advantage of these millions to benefit the community. But the thing is, to say gift association, the thing is, because of lack of study, lack of research, because of your location, if you continue to stay in the location of your basement, you won't know what's going on upstairs in that house. You won't know what's going on in the world because you're stuck in the location of your basement of lack of knowledge, lack of understanding. You have to come up and put the question on the table and say, because my thought was, well, I don't understand why they're judging him. Let me go see what are they talking about. I took the name of the bank that they're speaking of. I researched and find out, oh, they were penalized because I know that's the law according to the bank institution. And by being a mortgage broker, I understand that. We have to study that. We have to renew our test every year and study that. And that bank was one of the examples that was used in our recent this year's study of how much money that they were penalized and ordered to spend. Now, if they're ordered to spend millions of dollars in your community, who's going to say no to that? But people that's judging because they're from a different location lose resources because you're listening to a lack of information and you don't want to research yourself. You don't want to know yourself. You put yourself in a location that you're losing opportunity. This particular man, who's to me, a brilliant, successful businessman, relocated himself and put himself in a different place and said, I am going to maximize this million. I'm going to maximize these 30, 40 million dollars to produce for the community. That's brilliant. Wow. But whenever you make these type of decisions, you're going to have people from a different location that is going to judge, that's going to criticize. And you have to be tough enough to take it as a successful person. You got to be tough enough because they're making decisions based on their location, right? What else is he doing? Financial wellness centers, affordable housing project with these million that he's using, career center and office, financial literacy, historical Black college and universities. That's what he's using the money for, the HBCU. Capital and financial up to $1 billion in capital and financing for undeserved communities. Community outreach arranged by this particular pastor company. Financial option, real estate development, financial option overseen by the bank for qualifying mortgage applicant, partnering aim to promote economic advancement, support undeserved community and narrow divides, empower communities, provide financial literacy, career development, and financial resources. All of that money that is ordered to be paid, right? All that money that is ordered by the institution, by the act, to be paid to that community. That is a smart businessman to say, listen, I'm going to take advantage and maximize this money. But if you're in a different location, you don't know that information. So you only going by what people say. How could he partner? Look what they did to us. And he partnered with them. You betrayed us too. This particular institution, here's what happened to them. They got fined. The biggest, the more, $3.7 billion. That's how much money they got fined. And then tell them, you need to go over there and make it right with those people. That's basically the bottom line. You need to go make it right with those people. And I need you to open up an office over there. I need you to use $3.7 billion. And not only was fined, but to invest in the place where you redline. What business person would not take advantage of that? So be careful of your location, because your location making judgment for the rest of your life. It's unheard of that. It's not even smart. Why will I say no? It's like going to court. You sue a company, and the company was said they got to award you $1 billion. Are you gonna say no? I don't want this $1 billion because you don't really want to give it to me. Look what you did to me, so I don't want it. That's the same thing. So if you tell him, no, he shouldn't be partnered with them because look what they did to him. He's partnered with them because they have to spend the money, and any smart businessman will maximize that $1 billion, not just for their pocket, but to help the community. So why are you throwing rocks? Look what you're doing. You're in partnership with them. And then he's over here helping people you can't even help yourself. getting people into home that you unable to do, educating people with their finance. I mean, universities, college. You over here in this location complaining, he's over here maximizing the billion that the bank was ordered to spend to help a community who wants help. Which location do you want to be in? Do you want to go on this location and take advantage of this billion? Or do you want to be in this location and keep judging on your views and your judgment? Because I didn't know, you shouldn't be in partnership, but look what they did to me. Look what they did to all of us. No. Do you want to be in that location on 2025? Or this location and maximizing the opportunity? I don't care if they don't want to spend that $4 billion, that $3.7 billion. I don't care that they was forced to do it. I don't care about that. The point is, the result is to get it and maximize. Now I could have a mortgage. Now I could get a home. Now I could be educated in financial development. I could do all of that with the money that you are forced to spend in our community. So am I going to be over in this location in pride? No, I don't like this businessman. I don't like this preacher because he's partnership with this bank that's being forced to spend $4 billion in our community. Listen to ourselves. So change your location. Go and research. I'm big on researching. I'm big on getting information. I like to know myself, because you're not going to get me in a poverty location and I'm over here doing no, and using a white flag and say I'll stay in poverty, I'll stay in lack, all because of somebody else's lack of judgment or lack of information that's saying you shouldn't be supporting this pastor because of that. You shouldn't be supporting this businessman because of that. Do your own work. Make a decision. What mental and emotional location do I want to be in 2025 as a business person? As a business person, as a business owner, am I going to stay in my emotional location and say, oh, I'm the big, and please, let's not be jealous because someone is maximizing an opportunity. You too can maximize your opportunities. Exactly. Business is not emotional. You too can maximize. You could search and find out, what can I do? What opportunities that my business can bring to this community? How can I help by maximizing whatever money that's available? So I'm going to look at him as an example that I too could maximize money that is being forced to spend in my community. I too am going to have to search for grants and companies that been penalized that say you need to go back and spend that money in the community. Me too. I could do that too. And that is the location that you want to be in, especially as a business person. Let's not be emotional about this. It's not spiritual. It's not emotional. So change your location and do business and get result for 2025. So use this particular example that I've just given you as a encouragement, as a transformation to transform your mind from one location to another. Transform your mind. How do you transform? By renewing of your mind. Renew the mindset. Stop throwing stones from your location. You in the wrong location. Change location so you could be a little bit more productive. So when you see the result of this and saying, wow, so this is where the money's come from. That's what he's using this money for. $3.7 billion, the largest penalty. And you tell me I wouldn't take advantage of that? I will maximize it to the utmost. I will squeeze every bit of penny I can get out of it. I said I would. And then it's for the community. It's $9 million. He's using $9 million in grants to 16 community-based organizations to support what? Affordable housing, career center and office, financial literacy and historical Black colleges and university, financial wellness and innovation centers, capital and financial. And so again, change your location. change your location. And accept, to me, that's their apology for doing our community wrong. I accept the apology with the millions. So change your mental location and let's do business in 2025. Let's be successful. Let's be more productive. So get out of the crowd, change your location by changing your mindset. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me. Share this with your community, your family, your Facebook, your whatever social media. Somebody needs to hear this and say, you know what? I think 2025, I'm going to do this a different way. I'm over here agreeing with everybody, say, yeah, crucify him, kill him. And then he's over here with $9 million in grant to 16 community-based organizations and helping with people affordable housing. And then I'm saying, crucify him. Yeah, that's right. But so share that with your friends, your family, your social media. And if you're not a subscriber on this channel, make sure you become a subscriber. In this channel, you will find different information about housing, about mortgages, about transformation mindset, about your marriage, premarital counseling. You'll find different information, even spotlight. I have a spotlight, information spotlighting different people business and exposing their business to their community. It may be something that they sell, that product that they sell that you could use. So that's on my information on my YouTube. So don't forget, reach out to me, HannahJosray.com, right, for a premarital counseling, coaching, business coaching, or mortgages for SunriseMortgageServices.com. So don't forget to reach out to me, coaching@JosrayEnterprises.com. You can email me. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for hearing me, and change your location. 2025 is coming. So you got time. Change your mindset, change it, come out of the crowd, come out, and change your location. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Have yourself an absolutely awesome weekend. Until the next School of Thought.